So it is now 3:54 a.m. and we wanted to leave at 3:30. So we're already 25 minutes pretty much behind. I think we can make that up though.
Oh yeah.
Somebody in here wanted to get a little beauty sleep this morning.
Man, it's been a long day.
So we're parked in the driveway. We've got about a 7-hour drive to get up to Algonquin to Brent. And we're looking for another great adventure coming our way.
All right, year 3, right?
Year 3.
Year 3, here we go.
So here's the turn. If you blink once or twice, you might miss it. And as we saw, there's a fire ban in effect here, so there's no fires in Algonquin Park right now. And now we have to check into the park office here. It's about 2/10 of a mile up the road here. Everybody's leaving the park.
That's not good.
Or maybe it is. It's less people that we have to deal with. Here we are, the office. So this is the Brent Road. Pretty washboardy. You can lose control of your car pretty easily. So here we are down the Brent Road, and a vehicle unfortunately has gone off the road. So this is why you want to drive 25 miles an hour or 40 kilometers an hour. We saw some people walking back there, but they didn't wave us down or nothing. We thought they were just on a hike, but they're halfway through right now. You're at the 20-kilometer mark, and so they're walking 20 kilometers.
Coming that way, see? Turn the curve too fast.
Yeah.
Lost control, bam. Trek number 3 for Eroni and Bill out of South Burlington, Vermont, and Dallas, Texas. We are here at Brent at the Algonquin Outfitters. Gonna head out all the way down the Petawawa. So we're gonna go that way. The good news is the wind is kind of going right to left, so it's not really gonna be hurting us too bad. Then we're gonna go down to Radiant Lake, over to Hogan, all the way on over to Burntroot Lake, then all the way up to the Nipissing, and then come out the Nipissing River that way. Should be a couple of good days. We got a few it's like thunderstorms and some rain coming, which we should be able to tackle pretty just fine, I think. Good day.
We're prepared for
Good
it.
first day.
But a great first day. It is now 12:25. We are 5 minutes ahead of schedule,
All right.
even though we started late this morning.
Yes.
We made up some time. Well, we're out here on Cedar Lake. There's a nice little wind kind of coming from the southwest, and we're just going to ride the wind as far down. And we're going to cut off to the right. There's an island over there. We'll go around the island because the wind will give us a little block, and then we'll have to do a straight shot over to the portage, to the Petawawa. But absolutely beautiful day. We just had a little bit of shower. It came down, lasted about, what, 5 minutes? 5 minutes. Got us a little wet. As you can see, stuff is already evaporating off of our bags. So we've just arrived here at the 960-meter portage on the Petawawa. Looks like Eroni's going to take the canoe today, first portage. And so we had a bunch of rain, 3 good dousings, and one of them was lightning, but it was just off a little bit to our side over here. And so we saw some lightning bolts, and we just kind of hightailed it real quick around this corner to get here. But it's just too far south of us to really affect us now. So there is a campsite here. 2 campsites, I believe. Pretty good size for a large group. It is awesome to be back here in Algonquin. Absolutely thrilled to death. This makes our 3rd year in a row together. And it's just totally awesome. Getting away from civilization, technology, all the worries of everyday problems, politics. Everyone else, I'm sure, is getting sick and tired of politics. And we get to come out here and unwind. See how he's doing. Here he comes. So for those of you at home who've never really experienced a portage, it's basically a trail with roots, rocks, sticks, pine cones, and that's about it. Foliage. Sometimes you get a tree that falls down over.
What's up?
The end of the portage is pretty rocky. Yeah, the water's a lot lower this year, look. Last year the water was right up to the edge. Nice little portage. Good one to get started with.
It's not bad. Good
How
warm
heavy is
up.
your pack today?
I think I need to adjust. It wasn't sitting right, but I get it right.
I think we weighed your pack in at what, about 45 pounds?
Yeah, I guess the way I put it on, it wasn't.
What am I at? 58?
Yeah.
And then the canoe? 39 plus the miscellaneous on there, so it's probably 43. So you got an added 43 on top when you carry it.
Beautiful water. Good swimming spot, that's for sure. Last year there's a bunch of people over here swimming. It was a beautiful day too, just like today.
Absolutely.
We're gonna go down that way.
So we're coming up on the bridge, our portage here real soon. We just went through the 685 portage, saw a group of 6 girls going through. They had a lot of gear, and they were, I don't know, it looked like they were like Sherpaying it a little bit.
Man, that's crazy.
It was a lot of stuff. But good to see others out here as well. And the kind of storms have subsided a little bit. We've been hearing a little bit of thunder, but it's been far enough away that it hasn't really been affecting us.
So serene, quiet, beautiful. Look at this water.
So what do you think of the 3 portages today going the other way now?
It's not bad, man, especially knowing that you're gonna be paddling downstream when you get to the other end, you know? There's the master rower right there.
Doing the, I call it the Indian J-stroke because that's what I learned to call it. Get the paddle and you kind of go out to the right a little bit, twist your paddle and go out so you continue to go straight the whole time. Well, day 1, we're here at Radiant Lake. Had a good time out here. Some more thunder kind of came nearby, but it was a little more to the one side of the lake, so it didn't really affect us. Everything's all pretty calm. A couple little motorboats here, which they do have out here at Radiant Lake. Mosquitoes have just come out here recently. We have lots of mosquito spray on, but that doesn't seem to stop them, does it?
No, it doesn't help when there's no fires or smoke kind of keeps
Yep.
them away.
So, and as Eroni mentions, no fire, so it is a, as mentioned earlier, when we came in, no fires.
So that's our fire. With this little portable light system, which we're using as our fire. So we're going up the little Madawaska River here, and we came up to the train tracks where they suggest you go off and walk the road, and everybody says to do that, but we're up for adventure. So we went past all that, and we've probably gone another, I don't know, 800 meters from that, and we've had a few low areas, but there was some fresh rain yesterday, a lot of thunderstorms on this side, so the water levels we feel is a little on the higher side. And so we just decided to stop right here on a little swift, but there's plenty of high water either way. We decided to take a little break, and we're going forward on it. Nice day, sun is up, got a little cover from the trees. So day 2 of our trek, we've left Radiant Lake, and we actually went up the river, the Little Madawaska River, and made it to the portage. And between the two of us, as we're out for the adventure of a lifetime, we're able to go through this little section. So it's pretty narrow like this, it's shallow, it's fast, so if you are not a strong paddler, you'd be walking it. This is a long portage, 3,600 plus. What do you got there?
Well, this is a lunch dessert. We'll eat dessert first, then eat our lunch. It's called Twinkie.
A Twinkie? How do you get a Twinkie in the middle of Algonquin Provincial Park?
No clue.
And it's not even smushed.
Man, I haven't had a Twinkie in, I don't know, man, it's been a while. I don't eat Twinkies that much.
Every time I think of Twinkie, I think of the movie Ghostbusters, where they're talking about imagine a Twinkie 35 feet long, weighing approximately 2 million pounds or something like that. So we had completed the long portage, and across the way here is the campsite, which is almost impossible to get to. And so if you had taken the road and come down through here, as you can see, there's all the weeds and muck over there. It does not look like there's any opening to canoe. So going the portage route, and the portage really wasn't that bad, it just was a little long, but a couple of small hills. I thought there was going to be a bigger hill, but there wasn't. A couple of nice little waterfalls. But you know, if you were to take the road, I might suggest when the road turns left towards the portage, take that and then come here, and now you're right out here in open water. Lunch also today consists of tuna fish with mayonnaise. So basically you buy this tuna fish in a bag, and then you bring some mayonnaise along, and I guess you can get them from like any convenience store, Dunkin' Donuts, etc. And there you have a tuna fish sandwich. What do you think of tuna fish?
Delicious.
Compared to what we're always having every year, you know, peanut butter.
Sandwich.
Yep.
Pretty good change.
Good. So I was watching a video. There's a gentleman who comes out here by himself. I don't remember his name. But he came to this section right here, and he came up the trail a little bit and stepped over a piece of paper. And he picked it up and read it. Actually, I don't think he read it. It was like a letter. And then just shortly off the trail a little bit, detached from it, was looked like it was a Mylar balloon. So he picked them both up, and he came back down here and opened it up and read it. And it was a letter from a sister to her brother, Carlos. And he had, I guess, recently had passed away, and so she wrote a letter how much she missed him. And so that was found right here, and the balloon was manufactured, I guess it came from like Fort Worth, Texas.
Really?
Your neck of the woods.
Ooh, all the way this way.
I don't know if it went that way, but with I don't think there's too many Carloses up this neck of the woods.
No.
So, but it's very possible it came from Texas. That would be really cool. Well, anyways, yeah, so to Carlos.
That's pretty unique.
Thank you for sharing the moment here, and we're sorry to hear about your loss, that you have passed away. portage to Phillip Lake, and there's an old logging camp up here, and this road actually supports a vehicle, and we actually saw some tire tracks that look to be about 3 weeks old, but pretty straightforward shot.
So today we had our long portage, then we went up to Little Madawaska, and then came on a small portage over here to Phillip Lake.
Yeah, it was fun, especially paddling upstream.
And all those meanders.
It was so hot, it was like 86 degrees.
And the shortcuts there were great.
Yeah, you're right.
We took a couple shortcuts which weren't shortcuts, they were long cuts.
Yeah, pretty much like roundabouts.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a nice day though.
You know, it's far better than hiking it all the way from Radiant Lake all the way to the Phillips Lake portage, right? Portage?
That's true, that's true. Worst part? Mosquitoes.
Yep, the mosquitoes were a little bad out there earlier.
Best part is this chair right here.
Yeah?
That Adam has blessed me with to use on this trip.
Excellent.
And the coffee this morning.
Yeah? Coffee?
Diane, man, thank you. Holy cow, that was perfect.
Yeah, I got a coffee filter gift from my sister one time.
Yeah. That pretty much kickstarted our day.
Speaking of kickstart, what are we kickstarting for dinner tonight?
Okay, we're having some Jamaican style jerk rice and beans with chicken.
Excellent.
So we're gonna get all on fiber, carbs, protein.
All right, let's check to see if we're boiling water. Still got the pocket rocket going. Almost. It's got a couple bubbles, but I'd rather give it a little bit more.
And dessert is strawberry cheesecake mix. Man, we're living large out here. I don't even eat this at my regular house. Good grief.
So we took the spot farthest from the Phillip Depot area here on Phillip Lake. Now I'm sitting with my back to the lake, but I'll stand up and show everybody. So we got our tents set up over as you come onto the site onto the left. It's only because there was a strong wind and there's talk about some lightning and thunder tonight, so the wind was pretty strong off the lake when we first got here. And here it is right there. Got a pretty nice view. The red squirrels are going crazy this year. I've never heard so many red squirrels here in Algonquin. So the campsite's got a pretty good hill on it as well. There's a couple of spots up there for some tents. And some really tall trees. A couple in the back there have sheared off there. Looks like that might have been from some high winds or something. So we're talking about things that we really liked today, and the one thing I really liked today is that there was no rain while we were out there. There was the presence a little bit early on and then a little bit later in the day, but really pretty much no. The other part I really liked is hanging out with my buddy, of course. That's something that's, you can't put a price on that. And then of course this beautiful country that we are in here in Canada, and Algonquin Provincial Park, and all that it has to offer is just absolutely awesome. That's why we keep coming up here every year, and we just enjoy it a lot.